Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the New York State Police Special Operations Response Team Rappel demonstration. Draw your attention to the second floor window. Please put your hands together and help me welcome your host for today, the man, the myth, the legend, Eric Iron Man Osborne.
Day of the New York State Police. Sit. One moment.
Check. We had it, we lost it, and we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day 7 of the great New York State Fair. Take 2. We are the Special Operations Response Team. SORT is the SWAT team for New York State Police. As such, we conduct all of the special operations and SWAT tactics that you would expect. Drug raids, high-risk felony warrants, dignitary protection, barricaded subjects, and hostage situations. However, we also do a few things that you wouldn't expect a SWAT team to do, specifically search and rescue, to include rope rappelling and rope rescue. That's what we're going to demonstrate here today. So without further ado, let's bring the guys down and introduce them. On the left side of the tower, you've got Trooper Cliff. No, I don't play basketball. Wood. On the right side, you've got Sergeant Jeffrey. It's not a doll, it's an action figure. Lovin'. On the ropes, you've got Sergeant Derek, the Duke Souza, and Sergeant Andy Pato Gould. Live show, folks. Working without a net. Working without a net. On the left side, you've got Trooper Cole Cliffhanger Sheback. And on the right side, you've got Trooper Paul Darmody Latham. He's got 2 last names, so I can't fit a nickname, folks. It's unfortunate. All right, folks, while they're climbing back up, we'll go over a little about what the Special Operations Response Team is. If you're a trooper for 2 years, you can go ahead and put in to be considered for a tryout. If your chain of command thinks you might have what it takes, then you get a 3-day tryout. If you pass that 3-day tryout, you're invited to a 2-week selection. If you successfully complete that 2-week selection, then you may or may not be invited to the 6-month school. Out of those 6 months, 3 weeks are dedicated strictly to rope work. We start out with basic rappelling, then we work our way into rope rescue, raising and lowering systems, putting casualties on backboards and Stokes baskets and rescuing them. We also do helicopter operations. We fast rope, we do hoist operations, and we rappel out of the helicopter at heights up to over 200 feet. Just as a frame of reference, that's about 4 times the height of this tower. Each member that comes down is going to have a piece of equipment hooked to the front of his harness. That's a figure 8. We feed the rope through that, and that's our descent device. That top hand is just a guide hand, keeps you upright on the rope. As you're coming down, that back hand that's down by your hip, that's the money maker. That's what we call the brake hand. When you open it up and unkink the rope, it allows the rope to feed through. Gravity takes over. That's what we call letnery. When they go ahead and crimp it down, bring it to their side, you'll see the friction goes on that figure 8. It slows them and eventually stops them. Telling you is one thing, showing you something different. So we're going to have Jeff and Cliff come on down. All right, you saw them come down in the standard seated hip rappel. They used the brake. They came down gently and landed nice and soft, just like you're supposed to. But if they're coming down and letting her eat, as we say, and he gets the coil or a twist in a rope and it kicks out of the hand, well, that could be trouble. You lose your brakes on the thruway, that's a bad day of driving, right? If either of these guys lose their brake on the ropes, that could be a bad day for them, correct? Not necessarily. That's why we have these two good sergeants down here. As the senior most and most experienced rope guys we have, they have the not so glamorous yet critical position of the rope safeties or belaymen. If either of these guys are coming down, they lose that brake hand or otherwise experience an emergency, they'll be able to apply pressure to that rope, putting friction on the figure eight, and hopefully slowing and eventually stopping that trooper. So, again, telling you is one thing, showing you is something different. So one of these guys is going to go ahead, back up, and he's going to get a running start. He's going to throw himself off of the roof with no hands on the rope. He's going to come hurtling towards the earth at an incredible rate of speed until the last minute one of these good sergeants is going to use his raw power and cat-like reflexes to engage the belay, saving that trooper from certain death. Ladies and gentlemen, you paid for your whole seat. You're only going to need the edge. This is going to be awesome. So guys, did we discuss who's going to do it? What? You guys were supposed to figure this out ahead of time. You're here. I know you guys come up for 2 weeks to eat pizza, free, and sausage sandwiches. No, somebody's got to jump off. We'll figure it out. Do some a democratic way. Where's the canine? What dogs? Are there puppies here? The puppies? Oh. Jeff, thank you for volunteering. What? I do remember what happened last time. But the last time Derek belayed you, we all remember. But he's apologized. I believe he sent you an edible arrangement. You're back to work, and I can barely even notice the limp. Plus, since you've been gone, he's improved his success rate a considerable deal. 60% of the time, it works every time.
Oh, it's still not great.
Yeah, nonetheless, I sort of built it up. It's written to the program, and I think the people want to see a jump. Don't you want to see Jeff jump? That's the type of encouragement we're looking for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count 1, 2, 3. You guys are going to help me, and Jeff's going to throw himself off, and Derek's going to catch him. It's going to be great. Okay? So it's going to be, what? Now, Jeff.
You guys ready?
What are you doing, Derek? We need you to pay attention. You got to lock it up a little, brother. All right. Yeah, right now would be great. Right now would be awesome. All right. Just focus. Okay, so Jeff's up there. He's kind of on board. Derek's down here. He's finally holding the rope. I think we're ready to go. What do you think, folks? All right, so let's count them in. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Success. Folks, our goal is to get Jeff a little closer to the ground every single show. If you come back Labor Day, he's going to be about 15 inches short and be covered in grass stains. It's going to be real nice. All right, folks, we showed you the standard seated hip rappel. We've showed you how to brake, and if there's an emergency, how the belayman can go ahead and save you. But at the end of the day, if you get twisted up, if you get into a precarious situation, as long as you don't panic, as long as you maintain that brake hand, you're going to go ahead and keep yourself from falling. To demonstrate that, we're going to have Cole and Paul come on down. All right, they did that standard seated hip rappel. They used the brake hand, no problem. But now they're in a position they're going to go ahead and transition that brake hand over to the support side. That's going to allow them to go ahead and invert. Now, even though they're upside down, as long as they maintain that brake hand, they will not hurtle face first into that patch of concrete on the bottom. Oh, look at that. The maitre d' is in. What they're doing right now is called the combat crawl. It allows them to see where they're going before they get there rather than going feet first. Once they've seen all they need to see and they're in a comfortable position, they can go ahead and right themselves, reassume that brake hand, and come on down. Ladies and gentlemen, the invert. Just as a side note, these guys were recruited to the team directly from a synchronized swimming academy. You can tell all those hours and years in the pool have really paid off, and they've created quite the strong bond. All right, in ropes, If you're rappelling or going through a rope rescue or safety course, the number one goal is always going to be safety. They tell you that is the priority. Obviously, it's inherently dangerous work. And if you ever get into a precarious situation where you feel you might need help, Sergeant Surza, what would you do?
Call 911.
Call 911? Okay, that's an option for other people, but for us, we kind of are 911. So, what they'd actually ask you to do is go ahead and tie off. So we're going to go ahead and send Jeff down. Jeff's going to demonstrate the tie off. Okay, so say Jeff's working his way down a cliff face in Letchworth or the Adirondacks, and he gets to a position he feels comfortable, wants to be for a little bit. He's going to take that rope and wrap it around his figure 8 descent device, not once, not twice, but thrice. That's called tying off. Once he's tied off, he doesn't need to maintain that brake hand anymore. He can go hands-free, he can invert, he can literally and figuratively hang out. You can go ahead and take his cell phone out, snap a couple selfies, post them on Instagram, try to find a Pikachu, do any number of things. But say Jeff's hanging out there and a rock kicks loose up top and knocks him in the head. A rock kicked loose. That's some heat. You guys can come underneath. Come underneath. Come underneath. Get close. Point blank. Close. Close and destroy. Let him have it. Oh, faulty water balloons. Let him have it, sweetheart. Get it up there. Oh, almost halfway. All right, let's hear it for our rock throwers. We try to get them lower and lower. We're just going to switch to lawn darts tomorrow. Way more accurate. So Jeff's stuck up there. If he was just a lowly trooper, we'd say he could just hang out there and figure it out when he comes to or not. But he's a sergeant. He's kind of a big deal. Got a lot of time and money invested in him. So we're going to go ahead and rescue him. If you look all the way up at the top, you see big man Cliff. Cliff's going to come down. He's going to latch hands onto Jeff, and he's going to go ahead and perform a rescue. Wow. We all select our own music up here. Cliff went aggressive this time, apparently. Woo! Stiff dog, you don't seem satisfied. What's the matter, big fella? You did not pick that song? Brian, our tactical diva up there, he's not feeling it. Why don't we spin a new beat? A little better? Little V8? Van Halen. As you see Cliff coming down, you'll notice he does not have a figure 8 on the front of his harness. He's got a different device. That's called a brake bar rack. The brake bar rack allows Cliff to take additional weight onto his system. In this case, that additional weight is Jeff. But like Jeff, before he does anything, he's got to go ahead and perform a tie-off, lest he fall to the ground and become a casualty. He's tied off. He can go hands-on now. He's grabbing that blue strap. That's referred to as a pick-off strap and is designed specifically for rope rescue. At this point, you really want to make sure you're latching in. Cliffy's got him latched in, and he's going to pull Jeff into his system. You can see how Jeff just instinctively grabs for Cliff's legs and hips. We are a very tight team. At this point, we ask no photographs be taken. Thanks, K9 guys. Thanks for honoring the request. Cliff has undone Jeff from his line. He's going to maintain that hardware. And now Jeff is totally freed from his rope. Hopefully Cliff's done all the steps properly. He'll undo his tie-off and lower him and Jeff to safety. Ladies and gentlemen, the pick-off. All right, folks. We've showed you some basic rappelling. We've showed you some of the safety measures. We've showed you a little bit of the rescue rope work that we're able to do. But there's also a tactical component to the rappelling that we do. Say there's a bad guy creeping around these fairgrounds. He's creeping around. He finds a little kid, grabs him, runs up into this tower, barricades himself in. Now he's really fortified that door, so he feels comfortable that we're not going to be able to come get him. Unfortunately for that bad guy, Special Operations Response Team doesn't need to come in through the door. They can come in through the window. So if you look up top, You've got Cole and Paul are the rescue team, and Paul's going to come on down and recon for the rescue. Rock. All right, Paul's going to be very careful to land safely on the roof. He's going to transition to that support hand and invert. Now he's going to do that combat crawl and check out the window, see what he can see. Wrong window. Oh my, I'm flattered. As Paul comes down, we often get questions. Wouldn't the bad guy see the rope hanging in front of the window? He would if it were there, but in a tactical situation, each operator has a rope bag hooked to his harness. That's where we let the rope feed out of so it's not dangling like that. Paul looks down, he's got eyes on, and he sees the bad guy in the window. Paul would usually have a noise flash diversion device at this point. That's an NFDD or a flashbang. It emits a bright light and a loud noise, disorients the bad guy. Paul's in position, he has eyes on, and it looks like Cole's ready to come down and effect the rescue. Cole's in the window. It looks like there's a tussle of some sort. The bad guy's getting the upper hand on him. I think Cole's tough. Oh no, out he goes. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for what you just saw, all right? That was a clear violation of New York State Police rules and regulations. State police policy does not allow us to throw pedophiles out of second-story windows. The manual clearly states it has to be the third floor or higher. Second floors aren't doing it. But more important, Cole, how's the kid doing? He looks good. Outstanding. Well done. Another save for Cole. All right, folks. You can tell by how we mess around out here. We enjoy this. This is a nice break, a nice chance for us to get out and meet with you guys. But at the end of the day, it is a serious business that we're in. If you look on top of the tower, we've got 4 shield numbers there. They belong to Joseph Longobardo, Michael Strank, David Brinkerhoff, and Ross Riley. Those 4 men were operators on our team that died in the line of duty. They made the ultimate sacrifice while serving the people of the state of New York, and we think it's them that deserve the real round of applause today. Folks, thank you very much. You've been an outstanding audience. Thank you for being patient with some of our technical glitches today. The 445 rollover simulator will not be happening today. Again, another technical issue. People feel free to come forward. We got stickers for the kids, and make sure you get some swag over at the Trooper Foundation. Thank you very much, and enjoy your day at the fair.
Hi guys! We change it every time. I feel like we change it every time this year.